morning, everybody. We'll call the November 3rd, 2022 Des Moines Area Metropolitan Planning and Organization Transportation Technical Committee to order. That brings us to item 2, looking for a vote to approve the agenda.
Move to approve, Miller. Ankeny.
Thank you.
Second, Rudy.
All right, thank you. It's been moved and seconded, and for those that may be new, we are doing the meeting online, so we will not have everyone unmute and say aye. We'll just ask anyone opposed to the motion to speak up. So do we have any questions on the or discussion on the agenda? Okay, is anyone opposed to the agenda? Hearing none, we'll consider item 2 approved. Thank you, Tracy, for putting that together. That brings us to item 3. I'm looking for a motion and a second on the approval of the meeting minutes from October 6, 2022.
So moved, Aaron's.
Thank you.
Second, Rudy.
All right, thank you. It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion on the minutes? Okay, is there anyone opposed? Okay, hearing none, we'll consider that item approved. Thank you, Tracy, for putting those minutes together. All right, that brings us to item 4, a report and a vote on the 2023 calendar year meeting dates. And turn that over to Todd.
Thank you. My computer's not cooperating at the moment. So we normally go through this process to look at dates. The calendar date meeting dates were included in your packet. I don't know if there's another slide that shows the dates, but guess not. So
No, there's not. Sorry, John.
no, I didn't get a chance to see all the slides this morning, so apologize for that on my end. So unless there's any questions, we would recommend the dates that are in the packet be approved for next year's meeting dates.
Hey, thank you, Todd. And yep, and as Todd mentioned, the dates were sent out. It looks like pretty consistent with the first Thursday of the month every month next year for technical committee. Is there any discussion or question on the dates that were sent out? Okay, hearing none, I'm looking for a motion and a second, please.
Carol, so moved.
Second, Miller.
All right, thank you so much. Is there any questions or discussion? Is anyone opposed? Okay, excellent. Looks like the item 4 2023 meeting dates has been approved. Thank you so much. Okay, that brings us to item 5. Item 5 is a report and a vote on the federal fiscal year 2023 to 2026 Transportation Improvement Program amendments. Aspen, are you available to take this one, please?
Actually, I'm gonna take this one.
Andrew's gonna take it? Okay.
Thanks. So we only have one proposed amendment today. This is from the city of Des Moines. So basically, funding for this project is going to be swapped back from swap funding to regular federal aid funding. This change is being proposed because the DOT has put an end date on the swappability of funds being early next year. Since this project is going to be let after that date, we just kind of need to move the project funding back to federal aid. That's the only proposed change for this project. I'd be happy to take any questions. Staff recommends approval.
Okay, is there any questions for Andrew? Okay, is there a motion and a second to approve this amendment to unswap this project? So
Move to approve, Davis.
Second, Rudy.
thank you. It's been motion and seconded. Is there any discussion? Okay, is anyone opposed to this motion? Okay, hearing none, we'll consider that item approved. Thank you so much. All right, looking at item number 6, that's a report on the Surface Transportation Block Grant STBG program schedule. Zach, are you available? Talk on that?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to give everyone a quick update on the schedule for federal fiscal year 2027 STBG funding. We are going to post the applications on our website on December 1st, and then we'll have those applications due back to the MPO by January 6th of 2023. Following that, we'll schedule presentations in either late February or early March. We don't have those dates yet, but we will let you know once that's scheduled. And then we'll follow our usual process from there on, where it goes through the funding subcommittee and presentations, and then finally on to the boards for approval. So I'd be happy taking questions, but just wanted to make you aware that those applications will be posted on December 1st.
Thanks, Zach. Just a quick question. Is the transportation alternatives program or set aside program, is that going to follow the same schedule, or that be a little different?
That's gonna be a little bit different. The DOT has requested that we hold off on putting those applications out while they review some issues on their end. So we'll give you an update on that when we know more, but the TAP program will follow a different schedule at this point. We may try to catch it up if we can at some point, but for right now, the applications won't be up on December 1st like the STBG ones.
Okay, great. Thank you. Any questions for Zach? Okay, looking for actually, I'm sorry, that's just a report, so I don't need to vote. All right, well, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Zach.
Yep, thank you.
All right, that brings us to item 7 of our agenda. That is a report on a DOT survey, DART Alternative Funding Advisory Committee. Dylan, are you available to talk on this one?
Yeah, I'll talk about this, and I know Luis is on, so if he wants to add anything, feel free to do that, Luis. But basically, last session, the state legislature created a committee to look into what funding alternatives there are besides just the property tax for DART. And there's a survey open. There was a link in the agenda that's open through tomorrow. So we just wanted to share that information that's out there. If you want to take that survey, share it with your your peers, your boards, those kinds of things. That'd be good. There's a committee listed there on the screen. That's the committee that's going to take that feedback and make some recommendations possibly to the legislature that will possibly have legislative action this session or in future sessions. So I think that's the basics of it. Like I said, if Luis wants to add anything, feel free. Otherwise, that's what we have for you.
Okay, is there any questions for Dylan? Okay, thank you so much, and please check out that link that was provided in the agenda. All right, that brings us to item 8, a report on upcoming events. Dylan, are you able to take this one too?
Yep, I'll take that one as well. So there's four events coming up in this month. The first one starts tomorrow. These are all virtual events, the 4 listed on the top there, and you can see the dates. Like I said, they're all virtual events. There's links for them in the packets. If you click on the links, you'll find all the basics of what they are and who's putting them on and all that kind of fun stuff. There was not one that's not in the packet that we want to make you aware of, though, and that's the Intrans 2022 Traffic and Safety Forum, and that takes place in a couple weeks here up in Ames. So if you want more information, we'll send out a follow-up for this and some of the things we'll talk about under other items that has more information of how to sign up for those and more information just in general. So.
Great, thank you so much. I think that was no, maybe John Davis was that Intrans State Traffic Safety Forum that was coordinated. Was that coordinated with the ITE meeting as well? I thought I remember hearing something about that. But
Yes, Steve, the Iowa section of ITE is having our annual meeting and I'll call it a technical conference the day before in the same venue, and information is available, and I'll pass that along, a link, so that it can be included in the minutes and distributed to the group. But I would encourage it. We have a wide range of topics, just not about traffic engineering. We include transportation planning as well.
okay. All right, a lot of events there. Please check out the packet and the links that'll be provided. So, okay, thank you, Dylan. Okay, that brings us to item 9, other non-action items of interest to the committee.
And I do have a couple I wanted to share, if that's okay. There's a couple of grant opportunities that USDOT has announced, and this is all part of the infrastructure bill rollout. So the first one we'll share with you is the SMART grant. That's a strengthening mobility and revolutionizing transportation. These are funds to conduct demonstration projects focused on advanced smart city or technology to improve transportation efficiency and safety. There's two types of grants for this. There's stage 1, which is planning and prototyping, and then there's a stage 2, which is implementation. So sort of like we've seen with some of these other grants, they're going to focus on the planning and prototyping first. That's stage 1, and then only if you receive that will you be eligible for the stage 2 implementation. That's kind of like what they did with the Safe Streets program that had closed a little while back. So with the stage 1, those are up to $2 million awards. There's $100 million available. So that comes out to about 50 awards that will come out across the country in this first year. And this is a 5-year program. So every year there'll be these funds available. Starting with next fiscal year, once they have some planning and prototyping awards out there, then they will open up the stage 2 implementation. So if you get the first one, then you can be in the queue for the next one as well. Applications for that are due November 18th. Like I said, we'll do a follow-up email that includes the links to the notice of funding opportunities and some of that stuff in here. So you have more information to decide if you want to do this or not. If you are interested in any of this and you want assistance from the MPO or just want to chat about whether these are good opportunities, please feel free to reach out to us, not just on these ones, but on any grants that we share with you or you hear about from the infrastructure bill. There's a lot of stuff coming out. We're trying to do our best to keep you up to date on those. So that's the first one. The second one that we wanted to share with you is the Thriving Communities Program. This isn't a grant per se, it's more of a technical assistance program. And it's really there to, like the first bullet says, to ensure that communities that are traditionally disadvantaged are just have resources to help them apply for and get projects in the queue. So basically this looks like technical assistance that'll be provided for communities that maybe don't have staff or can't afford consulting help, to make sure that they have the resources available and the technical capabilities to help them prepare any plans that they need, and then to help get them set up for grant opportunities that might be coming down from the infrastructure bill in the future. So that's 2 years of assistance that will be provided. There's a letter of interest, and there's just a pretty basic online form that this letter of interest consists of. And that's due December 6th. I'm not sure. I didn't see anything if there's a second step from that or if just the letter of interest is all that will be required. But anyway, like I said, we'll send you that information so you can read more, and feel free to reach out to us if you have questions. And I think that's all I have for other items, unless there's someone else that has anything.
Great, thank you so much, Dylan. Is there any other items, non-action items of interest to the committee? Okay, and I see there's in the chat, there's a link to the ITE annual meeting, Iowa section of ITE annual meeting. Thanks, John. All right, that brings us to item 10. Next meeting date will be typical time, 9:30 a.m., December 1st, 2022. All right, we are done with items, so we'll consider this meeting adjourned. Pretty quick meeting. So thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Thanks.
Thank you.